Hello and welcome to this demonstration of Extra4 jewellery labelling system with the Advanced Item Management plugin. So I'm just going to start the software now, and today what we're going to show you is how to create an item into this completely blank database that I have, and how that can save the details for a label as we would in normal Extra4 without the Advanced Item Management plugin. Then I'm going to show you the additional fields which AIM gives you, and some of the functionality that comes along with that. So I'm going to go to File and Item Management, and I'm going to create an item. I'm going to do that by selecting the stock group, or item group as we call it. These are based on the stock groups from the Jewelmaster system, which is an EPOS system that we recommend quite highly. My system can now create the item number automatically simply by clicking on the execute or lightning strike button and saying yes, and I'm just going to tap in now the details that I want to appear on the label, which is the model number of the particular watch that I'm now going to create, and the other details that I want to appear for my customer to see. Obviously I want them to see the price as well, and I'm going to create two labels when I print them. And here I've also selected the layout, which is, as you can see on the left hand side, this is where all layouts are loaded onto using the configuration label wizard, and I've only got one layout selected at the moment, installed on my system, and that's the one that I wish to use. On the right hand side here I've got a memo field, and I can type into there any amount of text that I wish to about this item. It won't appear on the label, but will appear here in Basic Item Management. I can now right click on the field below, and I can load a picture from file or clipboard, or I can erase a picture which is in erroneously, or I can send the picture that is stored by email. I'm going to load that from file, from my pictures folder, and that's the watch that I'm using. It will be resized automatically to keep the database nice and fast and small, but you can choose the size of picture that you wish to have as your standard through the configuration menu. Okay, so far this is Basic Item Management, which will allow me to store details of the item, and by clicking here on the print label icon, printer icon, I can preview the label, and I can print it here directly to my printer, which will produce the two labels for these items. Moving to the Advanced Item Management tab, I have a whole range of other fields that I can now enter information into. Firstly, I have what I've chosen to call Supplier's ID. All of the fields shown here can be customized so that the legends on the left, or field names, can be chosen by you in the configuration of Extra4. So I've called it Supplier's ID, and here today I'm going to enter the model number of the watch. If I knew the supplier's EAN13 barcode for this item, I would probably choose to enter that. This field is searchable, as is the Extra4 item number. So when you're searching for an item in the database, you can look for it by either code when you have AIM installed. I can choose my supplier now from a list I've created in Address Management, which is a standard feature of Extra4. And I've got a little bit of extended description that I've decided to use. And here I'm going to enter my cost price and current valuation, the date that I first purchased the item, and the date of my valuation, and the number of these that I would normally purchase, or the minimum quantity that I can purchase. from the supplier. Okay, so having got this information in here, I'm just going to briefly save that. I can now, from version 2.2 onwards, I can now process a stock transaction directly from this screen, and I can do that by simply selecting the stock modification I want to make, i.e. I want to buy some, put them into stock. So I'm going to purchase those now and hit the execute button, which brings up the stock modification screen as you would see it when you were batch processing stock mods. Automatically the item number has been selected, the stock item, and the quantity is taken from the label quantity. I can adjust this now should I wish to, but in actual fact I've just bought 2, so that's what I want to do, and I'm just going to enter as a little narrative the invoice number on which I purchased them. Okay, so I can execute that and the 2 items are now added to stock. I can close this, and now what I want to show you is that if I just, you can see here actually that there's now already 2 in stock, and it gives me the date and time when the last transaction occurred on that item. I'm going to close this now and go into stock procedures and stock modification. Now this is where I would process the end of day sales. What you might do is you may cut off the label when you sell the item and then do a batch run of sales at the end of the day. You may, however, choose to enter the stock modification as you actually sell the item in the shop. I'm going to choose the modification, which is a sale, and at this point this is where I would, if I had a barcode scanner, I would scan the item in and up it would come. As soon as I hit the enter key, having typed it, or as soon as I've scanned it, the details of the item would come up. It will show me how many I currently have in stock here on the current inventory. The system will automatically assume that I want to sell just 1, but I could change that and sell 2. And again, I can put in a narrative here, a remark, and so I'm just going to put who sold the item. And I can execute that, and you can instantly see again the history for this item, the fact that we purchased 2, we've sold 1, and we're left with 1. Okay, so that's some of the basic functionality in Xtra4 with AIM added onto it. There are a vast number of other features in AIM, and for further information please do contact us. Thank you very much for your attention today. Goodbye.